What's up, you guys? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Dhar.
And I'm Laura.
And
I don't know why I did this. You did it. So
and if you're brand new here, then please hit that subscribe button.
And turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a video of ours.
So this one, why don't you say what we're going to do in this video?
So for this video, I asked you guys on Instagram to send in some assumptions about us, which you guys did not hold back, let me tell you. But we also thought it would be fun to incorporate a mukbang. So we decided to order some Indian food because on our last video, Dhar suggested it and a bunch of you guys were like, yes, please do it.
Okay, while she is pulling up questions, I'm going to show you guys what Indian food looks like. I think a lot of you have not ever had Indian food. So if you guys are ordering Indian food and you're not vegetarian, should I give them some recommendations?
Yeah.
I would just say order the butter chicken, chicken curry, chicken tikka masala.
Basically, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. Let me know in the comments if you need more recommendations and I'll try to respond to some. So, okay. All right, first off, a little disclosure. It's not as bad as it looks. I don't know, does it look bad or?
It looks really gross, I'm not gonna lie. When I first started eating Indian food, I was like, ew. But then Dhar introduced me to some bomb stuff and now I'm addicted.
And it smells strong as well. So don't let the look or the smell turn you off. But so, first, these are what's called sabjis. So these are different things that you eat with bread. Everything in Indian food is eaten with your hands, which I know for Laura especially, who's a germaphobe, it was hard for her to get used to, but now she's an expert. And everything revolves around bread as well. So there's lots of different types of Indian breads. And for those of you that have had Indian food, you probably already know what this one is. This one is called naan. There's different ways of ordering naan. You can get it as like butter naan, garlic naan, cheese naan. This is just plain naan. And then this bread is called booty. It kind of rhymes with
booty.
So you pretty much use the bread as a spoon. So you would tear off a little piece and then you would scoop up. Okay, I will in just a sec. So this right here is called aloo gobi. So aloo is potato in Punjabi. Punjabi is a language one of the languages spoken in India. There's a lot of languages. Gobi is cauliflower. This
fun fact.
Okay.
I know how to make this.
What? Why don't we just do
that
that instead then? Maybe. Okay, how about we cancel this assumptions about us mukbang and we do a cooking tutorial with
Except
Laura
we don't have
instead.
Potatoes and we don't have cauliflower.
Okay, maybe no problem. Okay, we'll continue with this, but if you guys do want to see us do a cooking vlog, let us know. Well, when I say us do a cooking vlog, I mean Laura cooking, me eating. Let us know down in the comments. This girl does put it down in the kitchen, which I put it down in the bedroom, in the office, in the kitchen. Who are you? You're like a superwoman. So this is spinach and cheese. Is called saag paneer. And this one is called chana masala and is garbanzo beans. And a lot of times the sauce is the same. And then of course we got to order, this is one of Laura's favorites. It looks a little bit different today. Usually it's more red, but this is paneer tikka. So it's all cheese made in like an Indian clay oven. Yeah. Then we got rice, bread. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be eating. Indian food gets super messy as well. I'm not gonna be licking my fingers or anything. So not only when I order everything do I ask for everything mild for Laura. I love spicy. Laura can't handle it as hot. But I order everything mild and then I add an extra note to make it more mild because mild Indian, like in Indian terms, is probably hot for every other culture. So if you don't like hot food, really emphasize that you want no spice. And everything's family style as well. So it's meant to be shared. So you probably, for every one person, I would say you probably want like 2 pieces of bread, 2 to 3 pieces of bread, and then about two vegetable or meat dishes in addition. It's kind of like Chinese food in that style.
Yeah. So Dhar loves to eat with naan. For me, naan is a little bit too thick for me. That's what she said. Just kidding. I can't say that in every video. People are gonna think I'm perverted. So this is naan. This is what Dhar is gonna be eating, and I like the fried stuff.
Yeah,
I'll be using good. So this is literally fried in butter.
Like melts in your
mouth. Not the healthiest thing, but it's so good. And My grandma used to make like tortillas with butter, and this is what they remind me of, except a little bit crispier. But it's bomb. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start reading some questions while you start eating.
I start eating. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first. So here's how it works. You grab your bread, you tear off a little piece of it, kind of like triangular, but basically you're gonna use this as your spoon, and then you choose what you wanna eat and you just scoop it up. If that's like too hard for you and you're not like a person that loves to eat with your hands, it's fine. You could use a fork and then just eat your bread with this because it tastes way better. But if you are a little bit daring, you scoop it up like this, and then, you want a first bite?
Go ahead.
Okay.
And then eat it away. Okay, so for some of the assumptions, I'm not going to go in any order.
So these are things that they assume about us to be true. Is it like negative stuff, or is it anything? How does this work?
I mean, it was supposed to be anything, but people went in.
Why are y'all going in on us, man?
So first one, you are more affectionate than Dhar.
Ooh.
Like, we are one of those couples that people hate being around because literally in public, we're just like all over each other. I always sit on his lap. Dhar will scoot my chair closer if it's too far. But like, we're literally that couple, and it's cool because I feel like we met our match because I've always been like super affectionate. Yeah. And so has Dhar, and now we're just like. I
was never affectionate until I met Laura, and she just brought it out of me. You know, what's that cartoon with like the skunk, Pepe Le Pew or something, and he's always like kissing his girl? That's how I feel with Laura. I just want to kiss her all the time.
All right, so this next question, we got a lot in many forms, but a lot of people assume that
we did not prepare at all for this ahead of time, just so you know. So I have no idea what's coming.
A lot of people assume that we are rich AF, hella rich, rich.
Everyone's definition of rich is a little bit different. To me, like, I'm rich in the sense that we have amazing families. We have this amazing relationship. We're blessed with so much. We have this great place.
Amen.
And, you know, God is just so good in so many ways. And yeah, financially, we're extremely comfortable. We definitely started with having like nothing, at least me, like not too long ago. And have worked our way up to everything that we have. So yeah, I would just say we're in a good place and super grateful for everything, and try to give back as much as we can, as our Coyotes know.
Yeah, and I hope that we never come across in a way where it's like we're trying to show off, because that is definitely 100% like not the way that we want to live. Yep. You know, like Dhar mentioned, we do work very, very hard. We literally work every single day. It doesn't matter if we're on vacation, if it's a holiday, we are working every single day. So we definitely work hard, but we also play hard, and, you know, we like to splurge here and there, but yeah.
I'll say naturally, I'm a little bit flashier than Laura, so she helps like tone me down a little bit, because my Instagram would probably be way more superficial if it wasn't for her coaching me. So she helps me become a better person.
You guys never fight. True. Just kidding. We've acknowledged this in a couple of our videos, but it would be a lie to say that we never fight. We are a normal couple. Of course, we have disagreements and arguments.
Yeah, that one time 3.5 years ago, I remember that.
And we fight just like any other couple. And, you know, I was reading some assumptions, and people were like, you guys are fake because you guys always seem so happy and you guys never fight. But it's like, when we're in a disagreement, it's not like we're gonna like bust up the camera and be like, you want to record this? Like, that's just not something that we want to show. But we have normal disagreements. Some of our disagreements are so dumb, it's literally over.
They're all pretty dumb. Yeah, it's funny because in the beginning of our relationship, we had so many obstacles to overcome. And then even as we started overcoming all of these things, like, you still find reasons to disagree. But, you know, one tip that has really helped us that we started doing recently is any disagreement that we have, at the end of it, obviously it's hard in the moment to try to, you know, acknowledge what you could be doing better. But whenever like the emotions have cooled off and everyone's good, we try to come up with 1 to 3 things that we could have done better individually to help avoid that fight or to help us get over it faster.
At the end of the day, you have to realize, like, you can't waste time and ponder over these little things. Like, you know, we're a team. We got to get over it. Especially like I feel like most of our disagreements happen in the office, not really at home. I feel like at home we're, you know, in a good place.
Yeah.
But when we do have disagreements in the office, like you cannot let them sit, because, you know, we're constantly in back-to-back meetings. We have to make decisions, and we just don't want that negative energy to like flow.
So yes, we fight, but we always learn from it, and we're always trying to get better, which helps. So in a weird way, like if we hadn't fought about various things, we never would have came to good understandings or gotten to a better place. So just, you know, fighting is just a part of any relationship, and it's more about how you learn to disagree together and approaching things as a team, and it can actually really help strengthen your relationship.
Yeah, we also like name the things that the other person is doing. We add a name to it, so that
she calls me Pablo sometimes. Pablo Escobar. I get a little crazy sometimes.
So that way the other person knows, like, oh, okay, like you're acting like Pablo, or you're doing this again. And then, you know, when we hear it, then we're like, oh shoot, we need to bring it lower.
Yeah.
But yeah, we try our best to not let our fights linger. And I think this year has been like a breakthrough in our relationship with communication, because thankfully, like both of us just don't want to let things linger, and we are quick to realize, like, we don't want to hang on to this. We're a team. We're going to be together forever. Let's just fix it so we can have a good time. So yeah. Okay. So the next one, that Laura was Asian. No, but I do get that a lot. Like
when she doesn't have lashes on.
When I don't have lashes on, I think my eyes just like being the almond shape that they are. And then I have like, I get Korean.
I call them goddess shape.
Especially like when we travel to Asian countries, I get it a lot. But no, I'm 100% Mexican.
Are you that perfect? That's sweet.
So this, we also got a lot of people writing in many forms of ways. So through this assumptions questionnaire, I got called a gold digger probably like 100 times. People think that Dhar has all of the money and not me, that I'm using Dhar for his money. You guys name it. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was called. And I was having a hard time with that yesterday. And I was just like, I'm going to address it. No, I'm not going to address it. But then, you know, since we're making this video, I'm going to go ahead and address it. But I think it's more hurtful than anything. Not that, you know, that Dhar, you guys think that Dhar has money, or he's the only one that has money, but that I'm using someone for money, especially because that's not the way, that's not the case.
That's the opposite
at all. And when we met, you want to tell the story?
Yeah, sure. So Laura is like literally the least money-driven person that you will ever meet. She's all about her principles and doing things that she believes in. So that's why I think it's especially hard for her when people make those assumptions. We could literally say this like over and over and over again, and obviously people will still make their assumptions. So we have said this before, but Laura met me at a time when literally I was like, broker than broke. Like if this has been like my life, I've had lots of ups and downs, and thankfully things have been on the up and up ever since I met Laura. But I would say she met me like literally rock bottom. So within weeks of meeting each other, I had to sell even my only car, and was carless for about a year of our relationship. So she was driving me around everywhere.
When we met, I had more money in my account than Dhar.
Sure.
Like I had a car. It was never like, oh, he has money. He didn't really have any money, and like places we would go and stuff, like I would pay my share, or I would pay for our lunches and dinner and things. And then once we decided to work together, like, yeah, we've been able to, you know, we've been able to provide ourselves with this lifestyle that we have now. But it's been both of us, you know, and that's what I want you guys to see, because I feel like people just think like Dhar's over here working super hard, which he does. He's, you know, the hardest working man that I know. But it's not like I'm home sitting down playing games, you know, like I'm in the office just as much. I'm working every single day, and, you know, we're a team. Yeah,
we've built a business together, right? And so in the beginning, I had started Live Glam with an idea to do online makeup classes. And, that was going okay. But then over time, I got Laura interested in partnering with me. And as soon as she came on board, everything changed. That's when we started getting into products. That's when we started developing our own products. And that's when Lifeline really started taking off. So Laura is a 50-50 partner with me. And so everything that I have, she has, and we built together. But I don't know if people's like stereotypes are because the man, is looked at as the provider, or maybe, I don't know, whatever reason people assume otherwise. But everything that I am today is literally because of this girl, and everything is 50-50. So if you think I've got money, she's got just as much as I have. She's probably just a little bit more humble about it. She's not as Gucci'd out all the time.
No, they do think I'm Gucci'd out. That was another thing, but we'll get to that. Okay, and since we're on the topic of money, the next one is that we both came from money. My parents both have worked their entire life. They're super hard workers. They had 4 kids by the time they were 25, so any money they had went to all 4 of us. Like everything that I've worked for on my own, just learning from my parents. And now everything that I do make, my mission in life is to take care of my family. Like, I just feel like they not wasted, but, so much of their money went to us kids growing up, because we kind of like robbed them of their like 20s and 30s. And now my goal is to just like provide them with the best life, especially because we get to live such a good life. But I started working when I was 14 years old. And ever since I was 14, I had a job or started my own business. I moved out when I was 18 and never went back home. So I didn't come from money, but I always found a way to provide for myself.
Everything that drives Laura is about what she can do for her family to give back. For me, my situation was a little bit different. I don't really talk too much about my upbringing. So I think this is like an interesting topic. I did come from means. And so my parents came to this country with nothing. They literally had $6 in their pocket when they got to America. They worked their way up. And so when I was born, we were living in a studio apartment with, I think, 2 other families. And there was literally like not even enough plates to go around. So like each family would have to eat, they'd wash the plates, and the next family would eat. But as I started getting older, they started becoming more successful. So things were more comfortable. And I know sort of the common perception and stereotype is that, oh, if your family has money, that means you have money. And that means you're born with this, golden spoon in your mouth or whatever, and you don't have to work for it. Yeah. But that's definitely not been my story. Ever since after my first year of college, even I started paying my own tuition. I started my first company at 19. I sold my college furniture that I had in order to get it. Was working like a couple of, low-paying jobs to build my way up. But I've always been entrepreneurial and I've always wanted to do things on my own. And even when I failed, I had the option, of course, to go back and live with my parents and, not have to stress so much. But even though I could have done that, I didn't allow myself to. I've just always been someone that wants to earn everything with my own 2 hands. And so my parents, like in their business, is in a totally different industry. I'm into, I've got a makeup company with Laura, and then I've also got my motivational video side, which is so far away from what they're doing. So I've always done everything on my own, even though I know people probably assume that anyone that comes from means has it easy. I've definitely never allowed myself to have it easy, and have always just been super ambitious and hardworking.
Yeah, Dar's a go-getter. Like, he literally will think of an idea and then he'll have a plan in place, like by midnight, and then it's starting the next day. It's like done. He's such a go-getter that like he can't. Like he will never take free handouts, things like that. Like everything he does, he has to earn for himself. Okay, so the next one is that we didn't want kids and that the baby was a surprise. During the first years of our relationship, we knew we wanted kids, but we really never discussed kids. Neither one of us were ready. But then as I started to turn older and older into my 30s, and then I was just like, okay, we need to have babies because I want multiple babies and I'm getting old. But no, we did plan to have a baby. And so
Baby M. Yeah, definitely. After 30, like something switched for sure for Laura. And for me, as from a guy's perspective, you know, girls are always on this biological clock and guys are always on this financial clock. So I was just like, I don't want to bring a baby into the world when I don't feel like I'm stable, or what happens if I can't provide. And so the timing for me was perfect. It literally happened right when we got our new place, and things are going so well. So
we explain a lot of this in our pregnancy video.
If you guys want to see that,
make sure to check that out. I don't speak Spanish because I'm embarrassed. No, that's actually not the case. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, why aren't you more proud of like being Mexican? I've actually gotten this my whole entire life. And it's not that I'm not proud, because I love being Mexican. I love my heritage. I love my family. But I was just raised, like my parents speak English and my grandparents speak Spanish. So the Spanish that I learned was from my grandparents. But I still feel like I have a Spanglish accent, and even when I try to speak, people make fun of me. So I've always just kind of just like not really spoken it in fear that I'm going to get made fun of, because my whole entire life I've been told that I'm not Mexican enough. I even got like bullied in high school, where like, you know, there were a group of Mexicans who really wanted to like beat me up every single day. But I'm not embarrassed of it, you guys. I love being Mexican, and maybe I should like start wearing Latina shirts more.
I love being part Mexican too, even though I'm Indian.
Dar's becoming more Mexican than me.
Salsa.
He knows how to salsa. He knows how to, he's taking Spanish classes.
I'm going to resume soon.
He was Tapatio for Halloween. He's becoming more Mexican.
But yeah, and I'm like, I don't know. I used to be like hardcore Indian, where like in college I was part of like Indian dance teams, and my whole life sort of revolved around that. And then as I got older,
you should end this video by doing an Indian dance.
Okay.
Oh, he said okay.
Right?
No, like really standing up and doing it.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
Finish. But yeah,
I cut you off. So finish.
But yeah, so kind of same. Like my parents were always at work, so I wasn't with them all the time to learn like Punjabi perfectly, which is the language spoken in India. One of them, there's like hundreds of Indian languages. I understand 100%, and I can talk just as easily, but I do have an American accent. So whenever I go to India or something, people instantly know that, you know, I'm not from India. But yeah, and then as far as our kids go, I think, you know, they can obviously learn whichever language they want to learn.
We want to teach them both Spanish and Punjabi, but
yeah, it's on them at the end of the day. So, all right, should we do an Indian dance?
You guys, Dar's about to show you his Indian moves. Oh, dang, he got right into it. Didn't waste any time. Woo! This is what he's gonna be teaching the baby on his free time. Oh, drop it low. Good job. Woo!
Okay, and last time we said that Laura was going to show her stomach, but it got cut off. So here is where we're at, guys. Wait, how are you going to show your stomach when you're wearing a dress?
No, I'm just going to show off my face.
Whew.
We're in our 4th month, and I do got a little belly right now. It looks like I'm bloated. It hasn't like really came in yet, but this is it right now, you guys.
It's baby M. All right, that is answering your guys' assumptions about us. Some of those hurt Laura's feelings, so please leave lots of love in the comments. Say the nicest things imaginable, things that I would tell Laura every day in the comments to make her feel better. We love you guys, and
we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
You guys, we just came across one more that we think is important to go over.
Now you guys have bomb sex. Why else do you think Laura's with me?
Why do you think I'm having
You think she would have stuck around for so long?
Oh gosh. Don't listen.
All right, that's it for real. Love you guys.
A lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets.